Chris, what is our first main topic today?
First topic is from Matt Thornton. Greetings, John. So it's been announced that the Saved by the Bell is getting a reboot. I loved the show when I was a kid, and I've seen that most of the questions seem to be surrounding on which characters will be returning. My main question and curiosity is on what direction will it take? Will it be cheesy and colorful like it was in the 90s? Will it have more mature and darker themes? Whatever may happen, I'm very curious. So do you think we're going to have, beachside babes and pastel shorts? Or are we going to tackle, vaping and stuff? What's going on?
Vaping. That's it. Saved by the Bell. The vaping crisis.
The vaping years.
Look, there are some things they redo and revive. This isn't a reboot, obviously. This is a reviving. There are some things they reboot or revive that I go, really? Really? I'll be honest with you. Saved by the Bell is not one of those things. I get it. As a matter of fact, just recently, this thing is popular. They just did a pop-up. I can't remember the name of the diner.
The cafe, yeah.
The Cherry Pickle. I'm making it up. But let's for argument's sake call it the Cherry Pickle. Whatever the name of the diner was in Saved by the Bell. They did a pop-up for it.
The Max.
The Max. Okay, thank you.
Is that what it is?
It sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't huge into Saved by the Bell, but it is. I remember Zach. But they did a pop-up for it recently in LA. And Anne and Kaori came to me and say, we are going to this pop-up Max. I'm like, I can't. I don't even know what you're talking about, first of all, which I normally don't. But I got other things I got to do. But Anne and Kaori, they got dressed up. They went down to that Max pop-up. Mm-hmm. They took tons of photos and stuff like that. They said the lineup was insane. Mm-hmm. It packed. You started having to book it in advance and all that kind of thing. Believe me, everybody knows Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
And the only reason Mario Lopez is on any freaking TV show isn't because of any inherent talent he has. I'm not saying he's not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm just saying he's there because people love Slater.
Yeah.
They love Saved by the Bell. And that's what they're there for. Anyway, for those of you just talking and maybe you're hearing this and you're thinking, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? Well, basically, NBC Universal, also known, the streaming service known as, fuck me, Peacock. You heard that right. The name of their streaming service is called, I'll say it again, Peacock. Anyway, one of the flagship shows we talked about the other day is going to be Battlestar Galactica, which is very exciting. But the other one they're doing is going to be a revival of Saved by the Bell. Now, they put a little bit of a description of what's going on here. It says, the series explores what happens when California Governor Zach Morris, that's right, Zach Morris is now the governor of California, gets into hot water for closing too many low-income high schools and proposes the affected students be sent to the highest performing schools in the state, including Bayside High. Lopez and Berkeley they're coming back, will return to play their beloved characters AC Slater and Jesse Spano, respectively, in what sources say are new roles as parents.
Aww.
So I guess, in the words of Syndrome, they got busy. So apparently they have kids and they're back now and they're doing this. And I'll tell you what, I don't know, Potterheads call themselves Potterheads.
Yeah.
I don't know what Saved by the Bell fans call them.
A bellhead?
Bellies?
Bellies. Baysiders?
Baysiders. I like that. I can go with that.
Yeah.
I am not by any stretch of the imagination a Baysider. But I'll tell you what. I see, much like the idea of a reboot, I don't see any downside to this. I mean, I think there's going to be more people than you think are going to be excited about this and are going to actually line up for this new streaming service just to watch a new Saved by the Bell. Anyway, Chris, I don't know if you're a Baysider or not. What do you think about them redoing this?
I loved Saved by the Bell, but once we got to the new class,
new class
wasn't as good. But I also, in the last 2 years, or I guess year, have been watching Zach Morris's trash on YouTube. And boy, does that reshape that show for you. Where you're like, wow, he is such a bad dude. So of course he's a politician now.
Of course.
Of course he's governor. I'm really confused too how Mark Paul Gosselaar is going to be splitting up his time. Because he also is working on Mixed-ish right now. And so he's on that because he replaced Anders as the dad. And so then he'll also be guesting or regularly appearing, I guess, on this show.
It's funny, more and more these days, we're seeing actors that appear on multiple shows at the same time. Because remember, He also just had that show. Oh, what was
The
it called?
Passage?
The Passage.
Yeah.
I liked The Passage.
That was
Got
cool.
canceled after one season, so that's unfortunate. He had a little bit more free time now. His
Yeah.
schedule freed up a little bit. But I got a feeling, the way I was reading this, that he's not probably going to be a regular on the
Okay.
series. I have a feeling the way I read the articles, it feels like maybe he'll pop up once in a while.
That makes sense. He'll do a timeout when politics get dicey.
Yeah, it'll be more of a Lopez Berkeley kind of a show,
Okay.
I think. But I don't know.
I mean, as long as we deal with Jesse being addicted to caffeine pills, I'm in. I think the show should be kind of cheesy still. I think you should still have those timeouts and those kind of larger than life moments. And they did tackle some serious-ish issues back in the day, so I think you can kind
Poorly,
of balance
but
it out.
yep.
Yeah, not well, but they sure did try.
Well, we know that to get Robert Meyer Burnett on board is going to be getting Tiffany Amber Thiessen back. So that he already stated that was his public
All
thing.
he
to
wants
bring.
is Kelly Kapowski.
Yep, there
and
you go.
who can blame him? What a babe.
Listen, guys, what do you think about that? You might be surprised. I bet there's a number of people on here who goes, no, I don't care about Saved by the Bell. Deeply, they're like, oh my God, they're bringing back Saved by the Bell. I bet there are some of you out there. Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.